This episode of The Young Turks is brought to you by Gamefly. Go to gamefly.com/TYT for your free trial membership. The rumors about Nikki Haley's affair are back. She is the Republican governor of South Carolina. When she was running for governor, there were rumors everywhere that she had been with a conservative blogger. Well, those rumors were partly started by the conservative blogger. His name is Will Folks, and he had actually worked for her. He'd worked on her campaign. He said he supported her. He endorsed her for governor, but he said, I got to be honest with you, while she was married, we were doing some hanky-panky. Now, at the time, he said, they twisted my arm. There was all these reporters after me, and I had to just admit the truth. But back then, I said, I'm not really buying it. I mean, it looked like the guy was trying to grab attention. And he's throwing one of his own under the bus to do it, and somebody he had worked for. I thought that was totally uncool. Well, now there's no reason for him to give the details. And, of course, he has. So this guy's being a douche about it. And in my opinion, there's no reasonable explanation for this other than the fact that he's trying to grab attention. But now that he has, the story's everywhere. Now, I'm going to give you the unfortunate details. Okay? Here's what he says, and then we'll see if he's telling the truth or not, or we'll guess at it at least. Here's what he says he did with Governor Nikki Haley before she was governor, but while she was married. He said, quote, in their first encounter, we never took our clothes off that first night, but the physical relationship between us progressed much faster than I expected. And here's where it's going to get graphic. After sliding the front seats of her SUV as far back as they would go, Nikki climbed on top of me, rubbing her crotch back and forth over the growing bulge in my pants, while I groped her ass and ran through her hair and up and down her back. What is this guy, write for Penthouse Forum? Is he a porn blogger? I thought this guy was a right-wing blogger. And what's the point of putting this out there? Look, it makes me think he's a bad guy. Having said that, now, is it true or untrue? She denies it up and down. Oh, no way. Da, da, da. He shows records of their numerous calls back and forth when, at the time that he says they were having the affair, he says, look, he was working on my campaign staff. Of course we had a lot of calls. Look, never trust the right-wing blogger, but I'm going to make that mistake. And I don't know if the details are right, etc. But to me, it seems implausible that the thing up. Somebody's on his side. It's like me randomly saying, oh my God, Nancy Pelosi was coming on to me. Why would I say that? It seems so implausible that he would make it up and have this level of detail. But you never know. Right-wing bloggers are notorious liars. So it could be. But in terms of, what the people of South Carolina think, if they read this, look, they might dismiss it just because it shouldn't even be out there. And I like that, and I think that's fair. And for me, I dismiss it. I don't think it has anything to do with how she's going to be as governor. Is it true? Yeah. Slightly convincing at this point. All right, JR, are you buying this story at all, or you think, he could have made up the SUV and the crotching of the pants and all, et cetera, et cetera?
I'm gonna be biased on it because I want to believe it, so I'm going to. Come on, when it gets to the rubbing of the crotch on my leg, and then she put her hands on the roof. I feel like maybe he was like, building up a little bit. He's trying to go for another job, as you were saying. I was like, is he writing romance novels? I don't know how they're written, but I think he's looking for other means of employment.
Yeah, he's looking for something, that's for sure. That was so graphic. I thought he was going to pull the old line that they do in like all the forums, and then, I touched her quim. That's a word that is never used in real English.
This episode of The Young Turks is brought to you by Gamefly. Go to gamefly.com/TYT for a free trial membership.